Hello there. I will play today one rapid game with live commentary. I'm not very happy how this goes. I think I'm still too weak to be able to comment and to verbalize my thoughts and to play as well as I do when I just keep silent and play. But I think this is fun, and I think this can be useful for you and maybe for me. So I will just try this one more time. Let me just switch to this thing which I was playing. Well, you can see also, I was just discussing it with my friend in the club. When you get higher in the rating, it's more and more difficult to find the opponent. So now I was above 1800 and see I had to wait. Okay, so he plays English. Against English, I play c6 and just going to the d5 and trying to transpose to Slav opening. My opponent is 1859, so you can see that he's stronger than me. Okay, so this is usual English setup. I don't like play against English very much, but what can we do? Especially this English with catalyzed square bishop. It can be annoying. But okay, let's see now. This pawn can be weak, but I think I just want to develop. Maybe I should develop this bishop. But let's stick to the principles and develop knights before bishops. So I don't know any theory, so I will just try to play solid chess according to the classical principles. Okay, if I go f5, do I allow e4? This is the question I have to ask myself. I don't think so, because I attack this 3 times and he defends only once. So I think I can play this, and then I will play probably e5, put my bishop on e7, try to castle, try to develop my knight, and d7 or c8, c6, so we'll see how it goes. Knight f3, okay. Should I just continue with my plan? Okay, this is the threat. Maybe I should develop this knight. But not here, because then I'm blocking the defense of my d5 pawn. I think I'll just play knight c6. Now I'm defending the square. And now I can really go for this. Okay. I'm playing too fast, because the last several times I was recording, I was low on time. So I try at least for this, let's say, basic opening moves to play fast. So this is logical move, just I'm pinning the knight. And I'm not afraid of bishop capturing this knight, because this knight is controlling e4 and d5, and I think it's controlled very well. Okay, so I have to ask myself, what is the purpose of this move? Okay, I'm trying to adopt this Der Heisman way of thinking, so not to ask yourself what did my opponent want with this move, but what are all the things that this move does. So okay, it defends e4 pawn. It allows for example, k2. Okay. I'm not sure I see any serious threat here. Okay, so I should think about my development, and castle is the right thing to do here. So when it comes to thinking process, I should always ask myself, after my opponent makes a move, what are all the things this move does, and especially look for possible checks, captures, and major threats. And also then the next step is to see, do I have any tactical opportunities? So what are my forcing moves, and then if nothing, then I can just play developing move. Okay, so I'm thinking about this bishop here. So this bishop on e7 is not very well placed. I should play something like this. I could play something like this and then exchange this bishop, but on the other hand, I have this rook. So I'm looking at my inactive pieces. So this bishop and this rook are inactive. So how can I activate them? He played here. Why? Because okay, he wanted to dominate my knight. There's a fault for this knight here, so I'm not sure this is a good move. Okay, let me just improve my my rook here. So this is the open file. It's nice to have the rook on the open file. I'm now wondering maybe this knight should be better here. Coordinate with this knight. But I think this is nice active square. And what should he do on d7? I mean, okay, now he plays here. This is under control. He can go to b3 and then maybe do something like this. But if he plays b3, I can always meet it with b6 and then I dominate his knight. So I'm not afraid of this. Do I have any forcing moves here? Do I have any captures, checks, threats? I don't see. The bishop is very nice. Maybe I could just play this prophylactic move. So this bishop can be attacked maybe in the future. Or maybe I should just, if I play this, then I force the exchange. Because he cannot retreat. And then I will have the bishop there. I like that. I'll just play h6 and I can pre-move. He'll probably take, because if he moves his bishop, then I will just play g5 and we lost his bishop. And I don't see any tactical opportunities here. Okay, now he goes for my bishop. I have several choices. I could just take his knight, and then after he takes, I can win his pawn. Okay, this looks like a blunder. So this is the first thing I see. So I just need to calculate this further. So if I take this knight, does he have any checks? No. Does he have any captures? Which makes sense. He can capture my pawn, but of course he has to recapture. And then I capture this pawn. Can he attack me? Yes, he can with this knight, but then I can just retreat my queen wherever. I can think about it. This should be the normal move, just to attack my light square bishop, because this bishop is very strong. I don't want to give it away. But this is even better if I can just win the pawn. I don't see why not. Okay, now I usually play this immediately, but okay, let me think. So again, if I capture this, unless he has any checks, captures, or threats, I don't see any. He has this threat, but okay, this can be very easily met. I can just retreat my queen, or I can play my queen here. Okay, so let's just take this. So it's a free pawn, as far as I see it. Maybe there's a checkmate in the next move, which I don't see. Okay, so he went for this attack, this threat, and now I could do something like this, but then I get threat. I don't like this. What about queen e4? No, then I'm pinned. Okay, I'll just retreat my queen. I just need to see, is this a good square? This is active square. Queen f6, it's a dark square. he cannot attack me with knight because there is a square in between. But on the other hand, queen here is just looking at this pawn. Queen here is not important very much. Queen here has this nice diagonal. Okay, so I think the queen is most active here, in fact, because then it can go to c7 or b6. And there's also one rule, I read this in Das Hillman's book, A Matter Mind. He says that once you grab some material, you capture a piece or something, then you should retreat with your pieces, because usually when you win the material, your all pieces are out and they are all discoordinated, because in order to win, you had to move the pieces in the strange squares, and you most likely had to break the coordination between pieces. So when you are up the material, then you should just go back and recoordinate again. Okay. That should be my plan for now. I'm a pawn up. So maybe queen b6. Attacking. That's just one move threat. Maybe here. I don't want to exchange actually this bishop. It's a very nice bishop. I can always tuck it to safety, and I have this very nice diagonal. So I like this bishop. I'll not trade it even. Oh. Okay, so this was a now slip, obviously, because I was clicking all over the place. It just lost tempo, but okay, it happened to Kasparov this tournament, so I guess it happened to me too. Okay, so now he's going for some kind of attack here. I'm not sure. This is such a shame. Okay. Luckily, it was not a losing blunder. Losing move. I could maybe try to pin his knight. Then to play queen on f6. I just move this knight to some more active square. This. I think I will do this. Okay. So I'm gonna see that by playing this, I'm allowing just move my bishop away, and then I can play something like f6, but not now, because now this pawn is gone. And there's also this pin on this rook. You can see how this move ruins everything. So I can now play with this bishop, exchange the bishop, and then play f3. He wants to do something like this, but I'm not worried about this. I can always play something. Okay. Well, this is also the psychological thing. So I made this move. This was a long slip. It could be a blunder. And now maybe you can see that I'm playing faster. I'm a little annoyed by this, and psychologically, it's like I gave up the game because I made this bad move, and this is not good, of course. Now we play f6. If he doesn't do something like this, then I cannot. Yeah, okay, because this is right. Okay. So the question is, was this a mistake? Because I was allowing this knight e5. Maybe it is, but at least I should have seen this. Okay. Why did he play this? But we can have this pawn and this is pinned, although this is protected. He's getting too many pieces aiming to my king. It's not very pleasant. But I can play just queen c7 and try to penetrate. And this queen is also guarding this g7, for example, after f6. Okay, this. I'm ignoring his attacks for now because I don't see I have this knight. Oh, but he can play e4. Okay, I just take that. I have to be careful because if he kicks my knight, then I'm in serious trouble. Maybe g5 is in order. Yeah. Okay, yeah, he doubles playing like this. Okay. Take. I could play g5 here, but then again I'm losing my h pawn. Or I can just move my king, sorry, my king to h8. So I don't have to worry about this pin. Just move my king here. Check with this pawn and then I can go here. Okay. Now I can probably play e4. Okay, and then I can think about h4 because now I can protect this knight. So I don't attack. This doesn't make any sense. So I think I should just retreat my knight. I still have this penetration idea. If we change the screens, I will have my rook on the second rank. So that's what I do. Okay. If he doesn't want to get his queen harassed, then he's maybe planning on pushing the pawns. But now this pawn is unprotected. He probably wants to do something like this. And then I have just g5, yeah. If I take, he takes. Just fire. I should just offer the exchange of queens here and attack this. Okay. Now if you place queen to g2, you can just respond with g5. And then if he goes queen to h3, let's say Then I can just get my knight to defense. Okay. So now if he opens my king, this is not very pleasant. I can take this pawn and then come back. So I can block this. I can also play king. Oh, sorry, rook to d8. Okay, I'll take this pawn because this way I can go to defense. Okay. Oh, no, I can take. I didn't calculate this well. It's not good. I don't see that he's attacking. Okay. Check. Yeah, particularly one legal move. It doesn't look very good. He can't take because I'll just take his knight. This forces the exchange of queens because otherwise I'll just take his knight. I have some defenders here. It's not like I'm completely lost, but I don't like his attack here. If I could only somehow defend and then put my rooks here, that would be very nice. So I show this passed pawn possibility. Okay, now I can't take this because this is pinned. I can't take this because it's defended. If he plays this, I can do anything. If I just have to play my knight here. Just unpin. I need to push this pawn. Okay, now his knight is safe and he can capture. Okay, so maybe I can just push my pawn. If he captures, then I don't care. I can just. Yeah, then my queen is trapped. If he captures, I cannot save my queen. So I need this square for my queen. So I'll just play this rook here. Yeah, if he captures, I can just go here. and rely on this white pawn to protect my king. Okay, forced. Yeah, the material is equal. I was a pawn up after that exchange, but I'm not sure what was the how did things go so bad. Maybe this was the bad move allowing for knight e5. Sure. This pawn is hanging, but no, it's not. If I was him, I would just bring another rook to attack, and then I would just force my way through with this pawn on h7. This g8 will become indefendable. Okay, let's see what's here. I think I'm done here. If he doesn't make any mistake after h7, I don't see the defense. I could try pushing the deep pawn. Okay, let's do check roots. Yeah, and I know because he was afraid of this. I just push this pawn. So maybe after this could be an idea. So I just remove this if he touches the rook. I have to recapture, of course. Okay. And the problem is I cannot support this pawn. Okay, for example, I can maybe grab this pawn. And then put this side. So that's several ideas here. And then, so this knight is then unprotected. And I have only 2 minutes on the clock, so no way I can calculate this correctly. Let's just try. This is the most likely response. He cannot take because of this. Oh, okay, he takes this check. So the only way I can keep this pawn is to make this exchange. And then I can maybe play this. Okay. And I can go for this? That's the question. Let me grab this pawn. Then I can maybe make that my knight more active. Oh, it's going on. I will see. I don't think I stand any chance here. I'll take this pawn. Not do anything. I have to protect my rook here. Okay, we just got all my pawns now. Okay, no point playing anymore. Good game, thank you. Okay, let's just quickly analyze the game with the engine. Okay, we already started the analysis. Just want to see this mouse slip. How much do you bring my position? I mean, I cannot blame mouse slip. But, oh, we had a much stronger position here. So actually, this was good. No, it's sorry, it's me. Minus 2. Okay. Okay, not too much was gained. So what was the main mistake? Let's see. Here. That was the main blunder. G5. Oof. So it was better here. So okay. So this is the crucial point, turning point to the game. So I was afraid of G7. I should just play rook to G8 and go on. Not move my pawns in front of the king. Okay, so this is a valuable lesson. Don't move your pawns. Don't move the pawns in front of a king. This was a crucial mistake. It looks like. So it was -2 here and then just +2.5 here. He could even sacrifice the knight. So okay. And obviously here was the blunder, so he was already much better, +7. +2, and this was +7. Okay, so I was afraid of losing my queen here. So what if he played So he wants me to sacrifice the. He wants me to sacrifice the exchange here. But I didn't do this. Okay, I was trying to avoid the loss of material, but if I played this, he could play something like this, probably to double up his rooks. And then the best move was okay. But let's assume he will probably, on a human level, he will probably accept the sacrifice, and this would be +2, +1. Okay, I wouldn't think of sacrificing the exchange here. Okay, so this is -1 point. And still, so in this position, when he offered this exchange, I was still better. I should have taken this immediately. Okay, minus. So I was better here. So this was the losing blunder. Okay. So in this position, I was, besides all my faults, moving the king side pawns, making mouse slip moves and so on. In this position, on move 34, I was 1 pawn up in the evaluation, so -1.1, and then I made a blunder. So again and again, I'm just more and more certain about my theory. So everything is about tactics, and it's about not making a blunder. So it all comes down to this. So simple tactics, simple blunders. It was an interesting game with lots of turnovers, lots of bad moves, and everything. But at the end, what decided the game? Simple blunder. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you watched this so far, congratulations and thank you. And I'm glad that we had a chance to learn something from this game. Okay, see you very soon. Cheers.